Dun, 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 dun. What's going on? What's going on, YouTubes? The world, the world, the world, the world. So, you guys see anything different with my voice? It's similar to what you guys saw before, but what's on the... Oh, that. Why is he in there? Well, there's something. I presupposed that Ice Demon would be a key player in HBM 2, so I set forth making a base that would utilize a pathing system. To best utilize this, I tried to not let the cat out of the bag. Ooh. And others have seen the potential of this little guy, but have not fully realized what they had. So the cat was never fully released from the bag. I just set up the base designs to basically try and utilize him. Because you can see that this is set up in a particular way that these guys touch it each time. They touch that each time. So the back idea with this little indent here was to basically give some time to attack them. And then this front little alleyway here, the same exact thing. But... And you guys saw me basically use this with Santa, but Santa wasn't actually my true goal for this. Santa was great because he had a slow built into his AoE attack, and because I also threw a slow crest on him. It worked well. I can actually farm man P for fun with this, and I'm getting very close to farming Q with this, which is pretty crazy, I think. You know, right, guys, right? No, maybe. So, can you guys guess why I named the base Icebreaker? I did it purposefully. I tried giving you guys a hint, basically, what I was planning on doing with this. Icebreaker seemed perfect at the time. It hinted at the true goal by having it right there in plain sight. But not too blatant that hopefully people wouldn't figure out right away. But I was basically trying to give myself time to get my heroes up because their skill levels were ridiculously low and they needed to be higher, and I needed to get my inscribe up, and I needed to do other things to get my heroes ready so I could actually go for a T kill. But I don't think I'm going to be the person to do it, so... But did you guys actually get the pun Icebreaker? Or, you know, because of Ice Demon and breaking HBM? Or was I really good at hiding my true intentions for this? I think I did a pretty good job, because I don't think anyone really picked up on that. I think I did good. Maybe not. Who knows? You guys will tell me. Just tell me below if you guys guessed where I was going with this base a long time ago, or just now you guys finally realized what I was planning on abusing. Now, he's not easy to abuse. It takes a really specific things to get it to go to be abused. Okay. So I'm not ready to do it yet, but unfortunately I'm letting you guys know early because I'm pretty sure other people are gonna figure it out. I know other people have hinted at it, and they were like, oh, use Ice Demon to beat wave P or beat wave O. Well, yeah, he does help slow down the boss. I'll give him that. He can slow down the boss, but he can do more than that. And most people didn't realize that he could do more than that. But I think the cat might be out of the bag, like I said. So I'm letting you guys know more information about my base and about why I named it the way I did and why I'm going for particular things. So I'm trying to give you guys backstory now so you guys understand what I'm trying to accomplish with this base, and any particular modifications I make to it in the future, why I made those modifications. There's a purpose behind them. I'm going to show you guys stuff. But I believe the cat is out of the bag, or soon would be. Grr. Really, come on. I was so well hiding it, I think. Basically, Sand7 put out a video on Storm Mesa 4 and how powerful Ice Demon is. You know what? He didn't actually realize the full truth yet. And because basically, as soon as some people see what happens in Storm Mesa, they're going to potentially realize what I've known for a little bit and what I've been trying to keep under wraps for myself, because it's going to get nerfed. It's going to get nerfed, and I didn't have time to get in before the nerf. Or maybe they might not nerf it. If they don't nerf it, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Because I've been planning and making so many changes around knowing this and knowing that I wanted to do this. Now, this was just a theory, and I never really got to put it to test because my guy isn't high enough level enough yet. My Ice Demon isn't ready for battle. I'm going to give him a try or two, but I don't think he is where he needs to be to do what I wanted to do. Oh. I tested it on P a few times, and I tested it on Q, and he basically can bring the boss to a standstill. Yes, the boss will be right here and stuck. As soon as Pumpkin Duke hops over the wall right there and starts proccing on, or if he's proccing over on this side, as soon as Pumpkin Duke gets a few procs off and stacks of Celebrate on Ice Demon will make the boss stand still. The boss will not move. And that's basically what Sand7 released in his latest video, is how Ice Demon is very overpowered for HBM because the boss doesn't move, the boss doesn't swing, he doesn't really hit that hard because there's so many people with so many stacks of Celebrate that all the bosses stand still, that they don't really swing their weapons, so they don't proc that often. There's all this stuff. And all your heroes that are ranged get like a ridiculous amount of time to attack the boss before the boss even crawls his way to the heroes. So let's say a range is the one that the boss is actually trying to attack. The boss will never get to the hero it wants to attack because it dies before it gets to land its first blow on a ranged hero. It's overpowered. It's probably going to get nerfed if it hasn't already been nerfed. This is why I'm putting out this video, to hopefully someone that is in a better position than me to give it a try before it's nerfed. It probably was already nerfed. I don't know. I had this idea a long time ago and I was building stuff around it because I wanted to do it. And I had specific things in mind. Everything I've been doing has been purposeful. Purposeful. So let me explain myself a bit more. So, also Sand7 didn't really realize the full potential of Pumpkin Duke. He's trying to, say that Pumpkin Duke isn't one of the most valuable heroes. He doesn't understand what happens with Pumpkin Duke and Ice Demon together. He doesn't understand the power of these two heroes. Just these two heroes. But let's try and get back on task here. Not get frustrated. So people were eventually going to start figuring out that what happens in Storm Mesa when you throw Ice Demon in there, the same thing will happen in Here Be Monsters. But it will only happen under certain conditions. This is the key factor here, that why people didn't realize Ice Demon was extremely overpowered, because you have to have the right conditions for Ice Demon to become ridiculously overpowered. I've been able to get it to go off a few times and have the boss stuck here. I'm going to try and get it to happen so I can show you guys what I mean. I'm not ready to do the full thing because your Ice Demon needs to be a higher level on his skill. But I was trying to get my effort into Santa to get him to 9 of 9, so I wasn't going down that path just yet, because you need your heroes at 9 of 9 to get the damage out, because not only are you trying to slow down the boss, but you still have to survive everything else. Of course, when you have Ice Demon, he not only just slows the boss, he slows everything else around. So everything on the board basically comes to a standstill. This is an important thing, but I'm going to try and show it to you guys. So, so basically the stacks of Ice Demon is what we're trying to get to exploit here. To, the more stacks, just like you can exploit Paladin and make Paladin really powerful with doing boss. So like when you're doing boss and you have like a Paladin up front, like a Berserk Paladin that can keep proccing over and over and over and over and over again, and your Paladin basically becomes invincible because the stacks. Remember, does anyone remember that? How Paladin used to be really, you could make him really powerful because of that? And that's why, because the stacks would stack and stack and stack and stack. The same thing happens with Ice Demon. His things can stack, just like Celebrate can stack. And the stacks of Celebrate are really extremely overpowered, but stacks of Celebrate with stacks of the Ice Demon debuff is just ridiculously overpowered to get everything on the board stands still. If done right. I'm not in the position to do it right just yet. This is the thought that I had in my mind forever ago, and I knew it to be the case because you could see it in Storm Mesa. I'm going to check to see if they nerfed it. I'm going to try Storm Mesa and show you guys what I mean in a moment. So, but basically I'm not ready to do T5 yet. My heroes are just not high enough to do T5 or to do... I'm close enough to doing S. I'm getting very close to doing S, but you really need your heroes to be 9 of 9. The damage output needs to be there. I'm not as close as I need to be with my damage. I got some of my guys up, most of my guys are up to 7 of 9. They need to be 8 of 9 at least, and I'm not there yet. But some others can do this. Let's continue on. So basically, I set forth to do this Icebreaker V3 with that trick and with pathing in mind. Vlad Dracula was never meant to be in this position. When I was doing the formatting, I was just doing that to have them there because, that's where he can be. The problem with Vlad Dracula being here on this particular base is sometimes he'll get over this first wall and the boss can then attack him through the wall. Just like if you get too close to a wall over here, the boss can attack through the wall. So that's not what you want. That's not what you want to happen. You want the boss to go all the way through and get to your hero. But sometimes Vlad Dracula would pull the aggro through the wall because he's a floater. He's not standing on this side of the wall. He's actually hovering above the wall. So then the boss can hit through the wall. That's not the intention. The intention of this base from the get-go when I designed it was to have a ground-based range. Santa, let me take an example. Santa would come up here along this wall and just follow this path. He would start shooting the person here, then he would start shooting the person here, then he would start shooting here, then he would start shooting here, and stay there as whatever goes through to get to him. That gives an extreme amount of time to attack whatever's pathing through here, and Santa doesn't hop the wall. Melee, if I put like Pumpkin Duke right here, Pumpkin Duke would hop the wall. Hopping the wall will then change whatever's aggro to then attack whatever hopped the wall. This does not happen with the boss. The boss picks one hero at the start and then follows that hero exclusively until it kills that hero. So if Vlad Dracula was targeted, and Vlad Dracula would be targeted if the boss spawned anywhere from like here to like here, Vlad would be targeted. So anywhere in that range, Vlad could be then targeted, and if Vlad floated too close, he would pull aggro and he would die, but he has revive, so it doesn't matter to me. because with revive, the boss would then continue on to whichever hero was closest next, which would then be Pumpkin Duke. Pumpkin Duke would die, but by then we'd have enough damage from Santa to have the boss dead. So it wasn't really a concern, because I built my heroes in such a way that if he did pull aggro, which I knew would happen because he floats over the walls, which is why it's best for this turret to actually have ground-based range in these front three, because they will not hop the wall or pull aggro from the boss through the wall. I designed it specifically for that, and with that in mind. Oh, I did that on purpose. Purposely. Oh. Okay, so I also did something else. Do you guys remember when I got rid of my 5/5 Revite for a 4/5 Berserk? Because I believed at the time the only way to get the stacks fast enough is to have a Berserk with that Pumpkin Duke with a Berserk. So then you get stacks of Celebrate extremely quickly, which then would get you like 2-3 stacks of Celebrate, which is enough to then get the stacks on Ice Demon. And as soon as Ice Demon has 2 to 3 stacks on, the boss almost comes to a standstill. That's the important part. I tested it a while back, and I knew this back then, but I was trying to hold it for myself so I could get a really good kill. But now, alas, the reason why I wasn't utilizing it on my last attempts on Wave S, I don't have the damage output to kill that dragon. That dragon is more powerful than my heroes right now. I was holding off because I wanted my heroes to destroy dragon and then push into T really quick. But alas, I don't have that chance right now, and I believe others are going to figure it out, or they're just going to nerf it. And so a nerf or them figuring out equals the same exact thing. I don't get the kill. I don't get it. It's not going to happen for me. So since it's not going to happen for me, I'm releasing the cat from the bag, as it were. So basically, now you understand why I built this base the way it is, and why I suggest particular heroes to be in the front of the base, because then they'll never hop the wall and they'll never float over the wall. If your heroes are floating over the wall, they will pull aggro through the wall. I knew about this, and I had Vlad Dracula there because I could get away with it. Like I said, he has revive on him. He would die from the boss. Regular heroes going through there wouldn't really care. Maybe if everything was destroyed and they were all going for the hero, ranged heroes would then attack Vlad Dracula, but that doesn't matter. They would attack anything that could range. So, like, say if they were aggroed on Santa and Santa was parked his butt here, only the range would be attacking him, and that's a very small subset of the heroes. So all the rest, all the melee and ground-based ones, would have to go around still. So that really doesn't hurt you. It still helps you. So, oh god. Ugh. So basically, I had planned this from the get-go to have 3 up here. So, Druid, Santa, Ice Demon. Now, I had thoughts in my mind that Cupid wouldn't be needed. That Cupid wouldn't actually be needed. That you could have Minolta back there, the dragon. That you could put the dragon back there instead of Cupid. And what do I mean by this is, if you could slow everything down, you wouldn't need the damage buff, because you'd have so many stacks of attack power on your heroes that you'd be doing ridiculous amounts of damage. But I don't have that yet, so that was another idea that I had. But of course you could go here with a Cupid as well, and I've always planned to have Vlad in the back to protect from back spawns, because back spawns are deadly. They are. So my plan was always to have Vlad in the back, Vlad on the side with Ice Demon, because the damage from Ice Demon is so little that it's best to have those two together. And I was always planning to have Pumpkin Duke in the middle, because as a melee ground-based hero, he will hop the walls. And that basically means he should never, ever, 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 ever get aggro. It should always go to the heroes that are surrounding him, so he can hop the walls. He's allowed to hop the walls because that's where we put him. We are fine with him hopping the walls because he shouldn't pull aggro from anyone. Because all the aggro should be going on our other heroes. Theoretically, it can happen sometimes where he will pull aggro. Nothing's 100%. It's all about mitigating risk. And everything we did building this, we were trying to mitigate the risk. Lower the risk, lower the risk, lower the risk. Make it better for us. Give us more time to attack the boss, more time to attack everything else. That's just how it is. So you guys know what I'm talking about with the aggro and any kind of flying heroes, I hope. If you don't, I'll try and explain it more in another video. But basically, if Vlad flies over here, you pull aggro. So this is the way we designed it. Now, these bumpers play a specific role as well. Okay? Do you see the circle here? These bumpers end at that circle for a reason. Some people don't get it, why the bumpers are there. But basically, any spawns from here, if they were coming directly at this wall, your hero would then hop the wall and hop out. And that's really not what you want to do. Ice Demon then, or any of these ranged heroes, like Druid, let's say if they were coming from this side, and here's where Druid is. Druid would hop out the wall because his range doesn't go that far. So those bumpers are there to purposely place so melee and everything goes around so Druid doesn't get his fat butt and hop the wall. It's to keep your heroes inside the base. These bumpers aren't there to do anything else than actually keep your heroes inside the base. These are blockers for your own heroes, per se. I'm not really doing this for the pathing of their heroes. I'm doing this for the pathing of my heroes. If Druid wouldn't hop the wall, and it would be guaranteed, I would remove these bumpers and use them somewhere else. But this doesn't guarantee that he won't hop the wall. It just really reduces the risk of him hopping the wall. So this is sort of like a really in-depth look at the base and why I did everything that I did. I'm giving the big reveal on all my thoughts and planning that went into this and my different iterations of the base and how things came to be. Because I had thoughts and I wanted to use those thoughts, but no, I think the cat is out of the bag and I got to release everything to you guys. So those of you that are more powerful than me out there might be able to use this before they nerf it, or they maybe already nerfed it. I'm going to test in just a moment. Storm Mesa, they maybe already nerfed it, and that would suck if they did, because then I'm showing you guys something that, you know, doesn't even matter anymore. But everything else still does matter. This still is a good base. Even without being able to exploit Ice Demon, it's still a good base. It's still a good base. It still does what we wanted it to do and what we set forth. Oh, because I don't have Ice Demon in this, I should actually just have kept this as a... Dope! I don't have Ice Demon in there. I need a blue in there. Otherwise, it's just sort of pointless. Oh well, I didn't think about that in advance. Like I said, I didn't have time. This sprung onto me, so I didn't really have time to do what I wanted to do. So I talked about the zigzags. Zigzags were to slow down the heroes. Zigzags were to slow down this bumper in the back, and to push them around was to slow down the heroes. To slow down the ground-based heroes. Everything I was doing was trying to slow down the ground-based heroes as much as possible and try to have my heroes not hop the walls. The reason why I have ranged in the back is because I don't want my heroes to hop the walls. Now you can see that Pumpkin Duke can hop the wall, but most likely they should be pulling aggro on Reaper or on Cupid. So he shouldn't hop the wall until it's absolutely necessary, and these other guys should do it first. So we thought of the back end of the base, we thought of the front end of the base. We basically figured out everything in advance. So this pattern of heroes I'd done on purpose. It was purposeful. Because I had thoughts, really good thoughts, but we'll see if they still work, or we'll see if they nerf it. We'll see what happens from here. So if you take a look at the front of the base as well, you can see that these little, let's call them, what do we want to call it? Basically extended walls. We extended these walls out because you can see the bubbles of our heroes do touch a little bit here outside, do touch here. So you can see Santa can get a little closer to there, and we don't really want him to. Actually, I think we can suck that back one probably. We don't need two, probably. We could probably get away with just one. So maybe I might change that up. I was just being really cautious when doing that to try and guarantee that any flying ones coming there at that time, that they really won't get aggro, that they won't hop the wall. And that's really our concern, is we don't want our heroes hopping the wall. Maybe I'm fine, maybe I don't need that. Maybe I think I only need one, but I put two there for safekeeping. And that extra wall, where would I put it? You can't put it back here, you can't extend this lane without having them break through somewhere else. You can't put it there. You can't close this off because then they'll break through over here. You can put it here, I guess, but you know, that's just not doing much either there. So there's some thoughts. We can maybe futz around with it a little bit, but there's not too much we could do. So that's why I threw it there. But that's why I had this little extension, because we don't want our heroes to hop the wall over here. And we put some little stuff in our army camps to absorb Reaper procs, Reaper or Thunder God procs. These guys are meant for Reaper or Thunder God. To pray to God that Reaper or Thunder God procs on these instead of procking on our heroes. Because our base, we're using less is more. Less buildings means we don't want jack diddly squat for procs happening in here. Any procs happen in here, we don't have much. And it doesn't take much to destroy these buildings. So less procs, better. Same reason why I planned on using this, is less procs, because you slow them down to such an extent that they don't proc. Which is the whole entire reason I built this base. But this base still works for other things too, so it's not like, even if it doesn't work anymore, it's still going to be fine. It's still going to be fine. So the secret's out a little bit earlier than I would like. But, you know, life happens. So let's show you guys what I was talking about with Ice Demon and why he's overpowered. So let's see if it's still a thing. Let's remove him and let's go to the end of our list here. La 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 la. There he is. And throw his butt right there. Let's save it. Let's do one. Hopefully, yep, I can do some. Let's go for a bottom spawn down here. To try and keep him up, we do need, good, we got a healer with us. Good, good, good. Looks good. I'm happy with the levels. Even if I'm not happy with the levels, watch what happens here. And the same thing can happen in Here Be Monsters. Because there's going to be so many procs from Pumpkin Dukes everywhere. Watch what happens to the heroes on the board. Once my Ice Demon starts proccing, we just need to get some stuns in here. Please, we need some stuns. Come on, thank you. There's the heals. There's the Ice Demon procs. Watch heroes around the board. Watch the boss. They might have already nerfed it. Okay, look how slowly he moves. You can actually get it to the point where the boss is at a standstill. If you have higher, look how slow the boss is moving. You can get the boss to an almost standstill if you have the right amount. Look how long it takes to get to these ranged heroes. Look how long. That's all the extra amount of time. Now, if I had higher stacks on my Ice Demon, it'd be even slower. And that's what I'm trying to get out here. And watch also when Santa procs on them, it makes them even slower too. So every little bit that you do makes this boss slower. Slower, 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 slower. It's not as slow as I saw it the other day. Like at the other day, the boss was almost like a statue. So maybe they nerfed it so it only stacks a certain amount of times. So now the boss is basically just slow. When I first knew about this, the boss would almost come to like a standstill. The boss would be like just frozen like a statue. Oh, but alas, it is what it is. But you can see how long it takes the boss to even move, which then gives you so much additional time, which is what we're looking for. And that's the ideas and the planning that I was putting in, but now might be used by other people. So if you guys can exploit it, you can go ahead. I tested this and I got the boss to basically a near standstill in the hallway, and he was dead within seconds because of that. When the boss is at a standstill, your Pumpkin Duke will proc more because he's not chasing after him, and the stacks will build faster. So let's give it a try and see if we can show it to you in practice. Oh, but this is nerfing me because that's not a stun tower. Let me just sell something fast. Or we could do some attacks quick. Let's see if we can. I got some gold bags. I could use some of these. That looks about right. Sure, there. That's why we have that gold, right? That's why we have this. So I probably shouldn't have. I should have left that at an arrow time because I don't have a blue thing to put in it. All right. That looks a little better. And that gives us a little range too, in case they have some stupid hero they're left alive. Now, the outside of the base, there are so many different things you can do on the outside, and the outside matters as well when looking at the base. So your hero placement, you can line them in a row, You can have a town hall here to basically absorb the thunder strikes. You could put them in a straight pattern like this, so they have to go through to get the thunder strikes. But what you're really hoping to do is all the stuff to disappear on the first wave. You want all your crud and junk gone on the first wave. So then on future waves, you just have the inner base, and the inner base is what's so good. It's what makes you be able to just be so overpowered as it enters of the space. And also the pathing as well. So, but let's test it out. Let's do it. Should we try an S just for giggles? I did it all for the giggles. All right, let's try an S. I'm probably not going to make it too far, but let's see what we can do. Okay, got both these over here, and hopefully the lightning strikes hit over here. Cross your fingers, and hopefully our heroes don't get too close to the edge of the wall or kill these in time. So let's watch those Thunder God procs. They're what's dangerous. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. Okay, here we go. They are going to be targeting Santa, but they got a long way to go to Santa. Here's the slowdown. So we got them slow. Don't let that thing proc on me. Thank you. Okay. Ice Demon is taking damage here. That is not good. Is he still alive? Okay, he's still alive. Okay, now Thunder God's here, and he's going to be proccing on this, and that is the point. But they might destroy it before Thunder God, and Thunder God might proc in the center. That's not what we're looking for. Oh, well. Here comes that Thunder God proc. That's going to hurt. Can we get some... All we need to do is get the bus from Pumpkin Duke now and watch some slow start to happen. There we go. Now look, they're slowed down a little bit. That's good. And because they're slowed down, we get more time to attack them. But I got no vices left. It's all about that bass, no trouble. Proc now, baby, proc. We need these procs to go. Proc. Oh, we lost but he came back to life. Ooh, there's that. We need this thunder god to die now. Get our heals now. Get our heals. There they come. Don't let Pumpkin Duke die. What? How did Pumpkin Duke? No, Pumpkin Duke is how we abuse this. No. And Pumpkin Duke is specifically meant to abuse it for this guy right here. But watch out. Hopefully we get a Santa to proc right on these guys. Proc right on these guys, because these guys gonna kill you. Oh well. So they destroyed our base from the Dragon Breaths. We still had a bit more for our heroes to do. If our Pumpkin Duke would have been there, we could have procced and had some good lulls. But you guys can see what some of the idea was. That would have been really nice, them coming through there to then have that going. And if we could have the slow ready, so like the first proc of that guy really slows everything down. Because let me show you my guy so you understand him and what he's at so far. He is not doing so well right now. You can see that he's at 4 of 9 with a 4/5 stone skin. And his inscribe is only at 70. So he's not ready. And I got a slow on him. So anything he's targeting is slowed by slow. His whole entire job is to slow the snot of anything coming through there. That's his only job, is to debuff. He's our debuff master. Alas. We can try a few more times. But I think you guys get the idea of what I'm trying to accomplish. You guys see it? Does it make sense? That you could really slow everything down to like such a state that they're not gonna come and get you. They're dead before they are even there. That's our hope. That's what we're hoping for here. But I don't have it high enough. I don't have time to get his special ability up before I think this is going to be nerfed. So, oh well. Let's show it on a lesser one. Let's go to Q, or let's go to P and just show you what it looks like on P. Like how fast the boss just gets annihilated on P. So let's go to P. I just want you guys to see so you understand what happens to the boss. Because my heroes aren't ready for S yet. So we were getting so close to the boss though. The boss was in range. I wanted to show you, but they're because we lost our Pumpkin Duke. Because I'm not doing enough damage. S and T, you have to do good damage. It's very important your damage is high. When your heroes proc, everything should die. I have a 7 of 9 on my Vlad Dracula. That's not enough damage. It's not enough damage, and I know it. I need a 9 of 9, and then my Vlad would kill everything, and that's what he's meant there. And I will get him the 9 of 9, but he's not there yet, so I can't use this yet, and that sucks. But let's show you what P looks like. Let's show you the boss. This is all about what it does to the boss. It's not about what it does to all these other piddly-wink heroes. Sure, it slows everything else down, but who cares about everything else? Everything else isn't what the problem is. The problem is the boss, per se. Okay, so they're cleaning everything up, which is what we want. We're hoping that all the stuff on this side dies fast enough so we don't have a problem with Santa nuking these guys. So you can see what happens to my heroes. Look what happens to my heroes with their stupid Ice Demon. You see how slow my heroes are moving? Because of their Ice Demon. It's because of the Ice Demon. The Ice Demon is being ridiculously overpowered. Look at that. Look how slow my heroes are moving because of just one Ice Demon proccing every so often. Now imagine if you put Celebrate stacks with that. That's what we're going for here. Now, I know there's plenty of people out there that can do this now. And if you want to, give it a try. If you are powerful enough and you got the 9 of 9, you got all this going for you in your life, give this a try. See if, I never got to really test my theory out in S or T. This is what my ultimate goal was for S and T, to actually get that to go. And I believe it might still be able to work, so maybe give it a try, see if it works for you, and see if you can beat T5. My goal is to get a T5. I know my base can already beat S. I've already seen this base beat S, so that's not what's under question. The question is, can this base also beat T5? But no one's beat T5. No one has beat T5 yet. So the question is, can it? And I would hope maybe someone out there that is a real fan that has, you know, really good heroes can maybe do that, please. Look what happens. Look how much they get slowed down, and they're stuck in the tunnel right here. They never even make it to the zigzag. They die in the tunnel here. They don't make it to the zigzag anymore. Now this is an interesting spawn. They're gonna go for our hero, I think, or maybe not. They're going for a tower. There's the Vlad proc. The Vlad proc. Don't get mad. Get Vlad. Dracula. Now, Ice Demon. Not only does he hit more targets when you level up his ability, but he also slows them down more. Think about that. He slows them down even more. Look where they're dying. They're not dying in the zigzag. They're dying over here. They're not dying like close into our base. They're dying right where we need them to die. Now we're hoping for a bottom spawn for the boss so we can show you the abuse that can happen here. Because I want you to see what happens with the boss when you put an Ice Demon here. And what can be done. Look at all these heroes. Look what's happening to them. They're stuck here. They're not making it to our base. This is, oh. If you're a loyal fan, please give this a try on T, please. Before they, oh, it's a bottom spawn for the boss, baby. Yeah, it's gonna go down the wrong side. I was hoping for it to go down this side because the Ice Demon takes longer to get aggro on that side. But, you know, whatever. Whatevs. Can we get a proc from the Ice Demon, please? Please don't go back and forth, Ice Demon. Get some procs. There's some procs. Get it on the boss. We need the boss to be procced on. Proc on the boss. Proc on the boss. Did you? Okay, well, we're going to get a proc on the boss now, but it's not the... We hop the wall. Rare, but it can happen. It's fine. Now let's look at the slowness on the boss. The boss will never even make it into the base. Ta-da! I think we actually have the majority of our bombs probably left. Nope, we don't. Lulz. But the whole entire point is the boss never makes it into your base. He dies here or here. Unfortunately, the stupid Ice Demon was roaming over on this side and going back and forth. No, stick to one side, dude. What you really want to hope is for the boss to actually go down the Ice Demon side. Because I've got it where it goes down that side, and the boss basically stops because Pumpkin Duke will hop the wall, start getting a ton of stacks, and Ice Demon will just release a ton amount on them. So let's do P again. We shouldn't really need bombs. Let's do it without bombs. Corner spawn. That's a sucky spawn. Hopefully they don't kill Ice Demon because we're trying to showcase him. Okay, we're good. We didn't blow our... Well, uh-oh. We still might blow our load on these guys. We're hoping that we hit them not... We hope we just hit all these and not these guys. Don't nuke these guys. Don't nuke them, Santa. Don't. Oh, how bad you hurt them. Not bad, not bad. Okay, they're still alive. Whew, thank God. Sometimes Santa, because he's extremely powerful, long range, can become a problem. Santa has a little bit of a problem. He likes launching them nukes, and them nukes can do too much / too little damage. But once I get Santa to 5/5 bulwark and get his skill to 9/9, that shouldn't be an issue because he should just kill them. They should be just dead. All right, so you can see This is sort of the idea behind this, what we're planning on. Maybe I should have moved it up to Q or something to show it off, but I don't know. Lols. There's the procs. Now some stuff's slow. There, got a little slow. It's off them now. It basically made it so they didn't really get to move that much. And that helps you. It gives you so much more time to attack and not worry about other stuff happening. Come on, let's get to the boss. Let's get to the boss. This other stuff is just piddlywink stuff. We want to kill the boss. It's all about the boss. The boss. So I will try and level my Ice Demon once I get Santa to 9 of 9. But I was hoping to level my Vlad first. I wanted time so I could level all these heroes, but I don't think I have it. I think other people are going to realize what is going to happen. So I'm putting this video out because people are going to know what's happening. And if I can't do it for myself, I might as well show the people that are loyal fans to me what they could do. I was hoping to save it for myself. I wanted to be greedy. This one was for me. Don't kill Pumpkin. Don't kill Pumpkin because we're trying to abuse stacks here. Thank you. Not to say that we wouldn't still win, but we need Pumpkin to abuse stacks. Just abuse, just abuse. There they go. Okay, we're all revited up. We're going to waste our revite, I believe. That can happen sometimes, specifically with Ninja. Ninja likes to move a little too fast. But it's fine. Because Ice Demon's range is not as far as Druid or Santa. Ice Demon's range is very tight knit. So here's the P5. The boss is going in the correct direction. We are hoping now to keep this guy over here, to keep him proccing. Okay, okay. Now, no, don't go that way, boss. Don't. No, go this way. Ah, boss. No, it's the wrong path. This path is still fine. We're going to still kill the boss. We're still going to be able to abuse him here, but I was hoping to abuse him here. So there's the Santa proc, there's that slow, then here's the slow from this guy, and then he's dead in just a moment. Let's do it on Q, because Q is probably going to show it off better. But you guys see what I'm talking about. Slowing down the boss to a standstill, making sure he never makes it into your area. That's the gist behind this. That's what you're trying to do. That's your goal. This is your mission if you choose to accept. Slow down the boss as much as possible to make him be a standstill. So that is the goal when doing that craziness. You basically want to make the boss stand still. Now, I don't know if this works on the flying boss. I think it does. I think the slowness works on him. And I think Santa's slow works on him. So all those things are very important. Slow things down if you can. But even if it doesn't work on the boss, you're slowing everything else down. So it's something to think about. Something to think about. Now, let's see where we can go from spawns. That's a... Oh, I didn't put any things to soak up Reaper. So Reaper's going to proc on us a few times. That sucks. But there's the heal. Thank you, Druid. We're going to probably get 1 or 2 more procs. Nope, no, just 1 proc from Reaper, probably. There's that Thunderstrike that we hate. Launch the nuke. Let him puke. Boom. Yeah. You want to mess with me now? You want to mess with me now? How do you like these little bumpers, huh? And that can happen where range can go after range, back and forth. But it works out just fine. Q1, Q2, we still got our Thunder Striker over here. So if there's a spawn for Mr. Thunder God, hopefully he hits over here. and not in our base, because our base is... Oh, dang! We hit a little too hard. The champ should be able to take out everything. That was a hard hit. Santa, you brutal. Dude, stop that. Santa has a rocket launcher problem. He's going to see a therapist about this. But Santa really nukes stuff on the outside. He really hits anything on the outside ridiculously hard. Santa's got a problem. There we go. This thing should die up and give us some revites. Hopefully he doesn't make Vlad proc. But does it really matter? Even if Vlad does proc, does it matter? Does it really matter? The point is we stun things in our channels, and that is what we're looking for. Come on, here's the procs, here's the procs. Kill it before that thing procs. There you go, there you go. Boom! That's Santa. He's got a thing for rocket launchers. So, Ice Demon. He's a thing. So maybe I should try showing this on R, see what we can get there. We're hoping for a good proc on the bottom over here so the boss can go through there. So far you've seen what happens when the boss goes through this side, but we want to show you what happens on this side. Santa, what you got to say? They've got an Atlanta core. What you gonna do about this Atlanta core here? Well, I got an Atlanta core problem. Ooh, 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 ooh. Did the dirty on him. There you go. Let's Q5. Back spawn. That's a sucky spawn. That is actually a very bad spawn for us. Because it has the potential of the boss doing that. Can we get some procs here? We might not win this one. Because that back spawned. Back spawns are pain for anyone and everyone. They can be a problem. Most of the time I do win a back spawn though. But I don't think I'm going to win this time. Don't. Back spawns suck. I actually win back spawns when I 4-man. Because our heroes don't go into this zigzag here. So I've actually found that 4-manning is better for farming Q than for farming Q with 6 or 5. Isn't that sad? That's a little hint hint thump thump. If you want to farm P or farm Q, it's actually sort of easier to farm with 4 than it is with the max because of that. Because all your heroes are dead center in there. But you guys saw the stuff that I could do with that. So let's give this a try. We want the boss. I want to show you guys what could happen with the boss, but right now it's not showing it to you. We need the boss to go down this area with Ice Demon up. Please, that's all I'm asking for. That's all we need. Thank you. Because right now, this guy is so low that it'd be better if I just threw Minotaur in there. Because he's not ready for battle yet. He's not ready for battle. He's not serviced for battle currently. He's a low level. He's a newbie still. And we got him on the front lines and he's not ready for it yet. Which is putting the rest of our heroes in danger. Oh well. We're hoping for the best, but we're getting what we're getting. Spawns are random. Random indeed. I want to just show you what it looks like when he's going after the boss. I want you. The best spawn for this base setup is anywhere down here for that final wave. Because it gives you a ridiculous amount of time to attack the boss. My heroes aren't ready to do what I'm doing yet, but let's try it again and see what we can do. Let's try an R just for some fun. It took me forever to beat an R because my heroes weren't ready. But let's see what we can do. Wait. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Or 8. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if anyone has an ice demon that has at least a level 7 of 9 on it, give this a whirl. Have a try with it, have some fun. And of course your ice demon has to have at least level 80 in scribe. Mine doesn't have level 80 in scribe. There's so much that's wrong that I wasn't prepared to release this yet. But I'm releasing it because I have to. Because I got no other choice. So let's show you again, while those are spawning, what we're trying to accomplish. If you remember, what happens in Storm Mesa is they get slowed down to an extreme amount, and that's what we're looking to replicate in Here We Monsters. Now, in Storm Mesa, it's actually got to the point where it's slowed down to nothing, but I didn't see that actually happen where the boss turned into a statue. I wonder if because there wasn't enough cupids in the game. Probably not enough cupids again. If you have a whole bunch of cupids proccing, that gives energy to your guy, so your guy can proc again and again and again and again and again and again. So it just feeds energy so you can proc. Can we get that before my thing dies? Thank you. Ice Demon is still alive. Take a look at the bosses out here. And they should be starting to slow down to like a... There we go. There you go. There's that slowness I was talking about. But it's not a statue. You can actually get it to the point where the boss looks like a statue. Where the boss basically just looks like he's frozen in time. But that's if you can get enough stacks. And I don't think I can. Or not right now. My guy is not prepped and ready for this yet. I wasn't planning on abusing it just yet. I was waiting. Trying to be patient here. Oh well. But you guys, just take a look at this. No, is Ice Demon dead? Nope, there it goes. It's starting to slow down. And if you can get, do we get any? My Santa still alive? We might have lost Santa because I don't see any explosions happening. Santa would also additionally slow them down a bit more with his proc. So the slow stacks can stack. So the debuffs can stack and basically make it so the boss looks like a statue. But you're not seeing it good in here because I unfortunately I'm not ready for it yet. Or they nerfed it. But you can see like the boss is starting to move really slow. You can get him even slower than that. Even slower than that. If done right. I've gotten it to where the boss looked like he was standing still. And also when the boss was trying to swing his thing, he couldn't. And that's just the beauty of it, and that's what I'm hoping what I was hoping to use to get a T5 kill at some point. But I'm letting the cat out of the bag and see other people can test it for me to see if it's legit or not. So, oh well. Dang you, Sand 7. I wanted to keep that locked up a bit more. Wanted to keep that locked up. But alas, it's out. It's known. So nothing can happen now except everyone knows. Oh well. Lost a good chunk of heroes though. I might lose this. And that's sad, losing a Storm Mesa. Oh well. Still doing what we can. Come on. There you go. Come on. Come on. Kill them all. Burn them with fire. Please kill this guy faster. He's going to stun us in just a moment. 4, 3, 2, 1. Can we? Nope, we can't burn him. Dang it. Lost that. Got anything good? Nope. So I did get my Vlad Dracula to 160 now. That's one of the things I was looking to start 4-man farming queue. The second thing is getting Santa up to 9 of 9. And The third thing is Vlad Dracula to 8 of 9. And then I think I'd be able to fully farm 4-man queue. But I'm not there yet. Like I said, there's certain things you need to hit certain points. But I'm not there yet. God. Let's try an R. Let's laugh at it and have some fun. Let's see if we can get a little lulls going on. So unfortunately, they're going to be destroying our lightning rod here on this first wave, which is okay, not okay. It's, you know, it's fine. It'll be all right. I'll be all right. No. So now we should get some procs in here. Some procs. Ooh, that Cupid is going to be deadly. That Cupid is going to be deadly. A deadly Cupid proc. We need to nuke them all. We probably lost a lot of our heroes because Lanacor procced. A Lanacor proc for the win. Kills all your heroes in one shot. A Lanacor proc kills all your heroes in one shot. Da 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 da. Do you know what the best cure for a Lanacor is? Zap towers. Do you know the best cure to make that even better? Higher levels on these things. Oh well, we can't test it. I was hoping to show you guys the slowness on the boss coming up this side, but you guys get the gist of it. The boss slows down to such a point that it's like, here's the boss coming. This is the amount of time it would take if the boss was properly slowed to get from here to here. So here's the boss starting. Okay, the procs start to happen. 1, 2, 3. Now all the stacks are up. And here's the boss moving. And that's the point. And now the boss is getting even more stacks. And now it comes to almost like a standstill. And it moves like this now. And it's going to take forever for the boss to get through. Now this would also hold true for 2 bosses. Example, wave T4. And that is the thought. It's going to take forever for the boss to get from here to there. And we did this on purpose. We did this on purpose. Oh well. Not going to be able to test it fully. Sorry guys. Hoping to show you guys more, but for those of you that are fans of mine that have better accounts than me, give her a try. I never got to fully test out the theory because I think the cat's out of the bag, and it would take a while to get the amount of shards needed to get the Ice Demon up to an appropriate level, like 7 of 9. I think 7 of 9 or higher is what Ice Demon needs to be at to get the really good slow on it, so it's just like ridiculously slow. But alas, I couldn't make it there. Didn't do it in time. Oh well. But I wanted to show you guys this so you guys had an understanding of what was going on. What is happening? But oh well. Oh well. Cat's out of the bag. People are probably going to know. And if people didn't know, well, now they do. Basically, the whole gist and the whole idea was to have a Pumpkin Duke with a 5 of 5 Revite and Ice Demon. I would love to have a 5 of 5, not a 5 of 5 Revite, a 5 of 5 Berserk. More coffee needed. Okay, back to what I was talking about. The Pumpkin Duke to have a 5 of 5 Berserk, and the Ice Demon to have a 5 of 5 Berserk. To get stacks of the Ice Demon's debuff over and over and over and over again so extremely quickly that they'd be frozen in place. So Ice Fog could be abused. But like I said, I'm not going to be able to do it in time. So my thought was to have a 5 of 5 here of Berserk and to have a 5 of 5 Berserk on Pumpkin Duke. So, but, you know, never came to fruition. Oh well. That was my hope, my prey, but never came to fruition. Oh well. I don't know if you're seeing this video first or another video. I actually have some more base designs that I did for lower levels. There's a Town Hall 18 version of this, and you could just trim off the bumpers to do even lower versions, but trimming off the bumpers creates problems. Just FYI, bumpers are there to try and not allow them to hop, but they, you know, it's what it is. All right. I've done enough talking. Hopefully I made somewhat of a point here, and I also made some clear thoughts on why I designed the base the way I did, and hopefully maybe it gives some other people some ideas for maybe some bases that other people build. Maybe it influences some of their decisions. Maybe they use the bumper method. Maybe they do something like that, you know. So I tried explaining in detail why I did what I did in my base all the way through. I wasn't ready. I wanted to do S, but I wasn't ready for it. I wanted to do T, but you need 9 of 9. Damage is so important, especially if you're going to be throwing an Ice Demon. Your damage has to be up there. You need 9 of 9 on Vlad and on Santa to really get the best out of this, I think. Because those two are your damage dealers. Everything else is feeding those two heroes. Or a third hero if you get rid of Cupid. Cupid is okay, like I said, but you can do better without Cupid, potentially. That's my thought. My thought is you could do potentially better if you had the dragon there. Oh well, oh well. You guys seen what it is, and if you have higher level zap towers, you will do better. Like what I mean right here, these garrisons, God, I need to get them up. Look how ridiculously low they are. 2 is a joke. That's why stuff is getting through. 2 is a joke. It's almost better to leave it as an arrow tower, because 2 and 3 is nothing. 4, 6. We need to get those up too, and we need to attack faster. I need to get those up. Oh well. But I wanted to show you guys and get this out there, so before some other people are like, "Oh, you could exploit this. You could do that. You could." No, yeah, you can. You can. You really can get major stacks. But I don't know if they're gonna nerf it or if it's already been nerfed, because I haven't been able to replicate today. I was hoping to show you guys in this video a boss basically standing still like a statue, but I wasn't able to do that, and I was able to do it on my own before with my cruddy heroes. On a wave O, I was able to get the boss to stand still, where just these 3 heroes were attacking. Just Ice Demon, Pumpkin Duke, and Vlad were attacking, and it was in this corridor. I think Santa was coming up to about to attack, but Ice Demon had the boss slowed down so much, and Pumpkin Duke already had basically a full revive on him, and this guy had a full revive on him from the previous wave. Gave these 2 guys a full revive, and they came over there, and the boss basically stood still because Pumpkin Duke procced right away and was just going crazy on him, and the boss is already basically standing still because there's at least 2 or 3 stacks of this on them, and the boss just stood still and died right there. And I was like, lols, lols. And I think Vlad Dracula had aggro but wasn't actually attacking that, so actually Pumpkin Duke pretty much soloed the boss and did all the damage. I think Vlad hadn't procced yet. So, yeah. Oh well. I had to release the cat out of the bag early. Maybe it's already been nerfed. I don't know. Maybe it's been nerfed already. I don't know. Sucks. I was hoping to hold on to it a bit longer, but there you guys go. Have a good ones. Have a good ones. And hopefully now you guys understand more about the base and the name of the base. Why I didn't change the name, even though I changed really the design of the base here. And I basically made it Icebreaker version 3. because I was trying to keep the pun going for Ice Demon, Breaking HBM, Icebreaker, whatever. The pun is lost. Whatever. Have a good ones, guys. Have a good ones.